After a long gray winter, the first sightings of wild leek are like a trumpet call announcing the start of spring. Very quickly, leek carpet the forest floor in green and get busy making and storing a year's worth of food in their underground bulbs. The flowers appear much later in the summer, long after leaves have faded. We see last year's dried flower stalk among this year's leaves. These delicate, 5-petaled white flowers quiver in even the slightest breeze. The dense colonies formed by these wildflowers are one of the ways to distinguish them from other anemone species. They reproduce from seeds and through underground tubers.
One of the first bloomers on the forest floor in April is the Dutchman's breeches. The plant gets its name from the shape of the flowers, which look like pants hanging upside down. As you approach the plant, note the pink flower stalk, the dark green feathery leaves, and the yellow and white flowers, which are unscented, but still attract the principal pollinator to the plant, which are bumblebees. Spring beauties are easy to miss with their grass-like leaves and their small half-inch pink and purple flowers, which are only opened up on sunny days. Warmed-up pollinators like bees and flies follow the nectar guides, which are the lines running up and down each petal. At the bottom of the petal is a tiny well of nectar. After getting a drink, they fly off to another plant, completing the process of pollination. Sharp-lobed hepatica, also called liver leaf, because of the appearance and shape of the leaf, has a single hairy leafless stalk containing one violet, white, or pinkish flower. The leaves are found at the bottom of the plant and are lobed in 3 parts. Left alone mostly by animals, chipmunks do eat the achene, which is a small dried fruit containing the simple seed that the plant releases.
Bloodroot gets its name from the red liquid found in the roots of the plant. The large, rounded, and lobed leaves almost cradle the emerging flower stem. You need to be quick to see these in bloom. The flowers only last for 1 to 2 days. The leaves, however, will last much longer, taking advantage of the abundant light reaching the forest floor to make and store food for next spring's blooms. The mottled pale green and brown oval leaves give trout lily its name, as some people think the leaves resemble the speckled scales of trout. Trout lily form dense colonies. For several years, the plant only produces 1 leaf and no flower. When you see paired leaves, that is the year it will produce a white lily-like flower.
Also known as crow's toes, Cutleaf toothwort has 5 deeply serrated sections per leaf, as if someone cut a piece of the leaf off with a scissors, thus the name. Sending up 1 flower, complete with 4 white petals, the plant spreads across the forest floor with rhizomes, which are underground root structures, so you will often see patches of this plant on the forest floor. A member of the mustard family, the spring cress has small 4-petaled flowers located at the end of their own little stalks. The plant also has basal leaves and alternating sessile leaves, which are attached directly to the stem. Bitter to the taste of mammals like deer and other browsers, the plant also gives off a pungent smell when it is disturbed.
The showstopper of the spring ephemeral performance has to be the large-flowered trillium. Deriving from the Latin tri, trillium gets its name from its 3 leaves, 3 sepals, and 3 petals. They rely on insects for pollination and seed dispersal. Each seed has a packet called an eliosome attached, and that eliosome contains a fat-like substance that ants like to eat. The ants take the seeds back to their tunnels, eat the eliosome, and leave the seed behind. Without a doubt, my absolute favorite spring wildflower. Nothing makes me smile more than visiting a wet woodland or marsh filled with masses of this beautiful flower. Exploding into color in late April, marsh marigolds are an important nectar source for early bee and fly pollinators, and their seeds are eaten by many animals including wood ducks and sorrel rails.